All right, so it's trade deadline week and things are getting nuts, okay? And I'm here with Joey Caputo, one of the best and fastest growing Yankee channels out here, The Shift. And I want to thank him for coming on and spending some time with me. And I want you to get as many MLB predictions as you possibly can from all of us. So that's not only myself, it's Joey, it's Derek, it's a lot of other folks. And so that way you can see who's consistent, who's not consistent, what everybody's thinking in terms of what's going on in Yankee land and even other teams. But, our favorite, the Yankee land. So, Joey, I want to welcome you aboard. Thanks for coming with me today.
Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate the invite. I think I was on here a couple months ago and I had a blast. So, thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for coming, man. So Joey and I were just talking, and I slipped a little bit of info his way. Okay,
Let's go.
2 pieces of info. Well, actually, we'll do one. We'll do one. And I think you folks know, but Joey didn't know that the Hal Steinbrenner was willing to eat Patrick Corbin's contract, which is 2 years. 59 million, 24 million in 2023 and 35 million in 2024. Joey, what's your take on that, man?
If this is true and he's willing to eat that much money for a starting pitcher with almost a 6 ERA the past 2 seasons, if he's willing to do that, you're telling me that there's money for Judge. That's what you're saying. The Yankees have Britton off the books next year, Chapman off the books next year. You're freeing up some money. And now you're telling me that there's 59 million somewhere that you're willing to use for Corbin to bring in Soto, I assume. Use that money on Judge and keep the prospects. Don't shoot me, but use that money on Judge and keep the prospects. That's what I think personally. And then what could happen? Soto's a free agent in 2 to 3 years. Find the money to sign him then. It's just, it's ridiculous. What are we doing here?
See that, folks?
What are we doing?
That's passion right there.
Yeah.
That's how Yankee fans talk.
But I mean, listen, Jason, I don't mean to yell, man. I don't. I love the Yankees a lot. And when there's stupidity, I'm going to call it out. And this is just ridiculous. If you're willing to eat Corbin, sign Judge tomorrow. I mean, what are we doing? There's 59 million all of a sudden. I believe Corbin in his last year, I think he's going to get $35 million. That's more. That's a higher AAV than what you offered Judge prior to the season. Are you kidding me?
Yep. And don't apologize for yelling, man. There's a million people who can't agree with you more. And I'm one of them. Yeah. Where is this found money coming from, right? Where's Hal he has these deep pockets and it's just like little balls of lint. But it's amazing how the money just comes out of nowhere. Right. It's just amazing, which it kind of boils into trade deadline. It makes you think like, okay, what's their plan? What's their intention? Now that we also know that the qualifying offer is back, okay, because of the MLB Players Association rejecting Major League Baseball's proposal for an international draft, that's going to affect, I think, free agency, which could lead teams to pivot more towards trades, which could make the trade deadline chaotic. It really could, right? We don't know what's going to happen now. And the other thing to keep in mind with the international draft before we start giving our predictions is with the Yankees, especially going back to the way it was, the Yankees are in prime position to use their financial strength and the financial might to get the top guys again. This is going to help the Yankees, the international draft going back to the way it was. So this is good news for the Bronx. Really good. And the number 1 guy, Brandon Maeda, who's already been rated to be higher rated than Jason Dominguez. He's the number 1 guy. He's already connected to the Yankees in the national draft. Already. They're already tied to each other. So if they get him, it's just adding to this wonderful package of prospects. But speaking of prospects, like we don't know what they're going to give. We don't know what they're going to give up for anybody yet. So like Cashman doesn't release his card. He never shows anything. He doesn't show his cards, right?
He never does, and I appreciate that. I remember last season, it was funny. I remember last year when the Yankees got Gallo and Rizzo, and I think they revealed that we got Gallo before they released the details on the actual trade. Dude, I was so nervous. I was like, did we move Dominguez? Did we move this or that? But Cashman was able. He moved some decent prospects. Josh Smith, Ezekiel Duran, Glenn Otto. I actually watched all 3 of those guys play in Somerset last season. So they were just in Double A year ago. And, but yeah, I mean, Cashman, it'll be interesting to see what he's going to do. And now, Jason, I know your opinion. If we want to get Castillo, we have to part with Peraza. I know that was an opinion of yours a while back. I'm not sure how you feel about that now, but for me personally, I know you have to give something up to get something, but moving Peraza, I'm having a hard time doing. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with that. What's your opinion?
I struggle with it too. And they mentioned Peraza. They also mentioned Will Warren, who's a pitching prospect, who's now their number 8 prospect. Those are the 2 names that the Reds have mentioned. Now, in your conversation, and I had a conversation with Derek today, he mentioned, what about tacking on Tyler Mahle and Brandon Drury to Luis Castillo and turning this into an absolute monster trade? You get 2 starting pitchers, because the fact is, when Luis Severino comes back, he's probably going to be more likely he's best suited to the bullpen, right? That's one less starter we've got. Nestor Cortez at some point is going to have to go long relief or just get stretched out. Yeah. So that's another thing. And Jameson Taillon is pitching himself out of a potential extension, and we don't know what to get from Jordan Montgomery. It's great one day, it's terrible the next, so we just don't know. So the only reliable piece is who? Cole.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's all we got. That's the only consistent piece in the rotation right now. I believe he has a 3.08 ERA. He's been good,
like 170 strike. He's heading towards almost a 300 strikeout season. He's gonna be like 16-6, which is an 8 season.
Yeah,
we need more. And Castillo said he's willing to cut his hair.
Yeah, I know.
That to me shows he's a team player. For that reason alone, I'm 50-50. I'm leaning towards moving Peraza. The only reason I'm moving towards moving him is because we have 5 other guys at the shortstop position. We are deep.
Very, very true. And but my thought process behind Peraza though is he could be our shortstop next year. Like I'm like imminent, like now, like next season he could be our shortstop. So that's the only reason why I'm reluctant to move him now. You and Derek talked about us. We're getting Castillo, Mahle, and Drury back.
Well, he proposed a trade where just might as well go for the gusto. You try to get another starter in Mahle, try to get 2 starters because they want to move him anyway.
For how much though? What are we moving?
That's the $1 million question. We'd have to tackle quite a bit.
You would have to slap on. I think if you want to do that, you might have to slap on Volpe
or Dominguez. You want 2 frontline starters, you're gonna have to slap them on. But we just heard last night too that Pablo Lopez is available now from the Marlins.
Yeah. Yes.
So everybody but Alcantara.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody on that route. Yep. And also, I don't know if you heard, but last night the Yankees are interested in Quintana.
Yeah, I did see that. Yankees and the White Sox. Now, to me,
on him, yeah.
See, this is why, folks, we do stuff like this, because I get stuff. Joey gives us stuff. We get pearls everywhere, but we want to share everything with you. That's why we do this thing, and this is why we enjoy it. Like, I hope I'm doing this when I'm 60. I don't know about you, but I hope I'm doing it when I'm 60.
I hope I'm doing this forever, man.
Yeah,
that's the dream.
I don't have any hair anyway, so nobody will be able to tell I'm losing my hair.
I don't have hair either, so I'm wearing the hat.
But that's right, Quintana. So it's just going to throw this trade deadline season into chaos, right? In my opinion. So speaking of that, do you want to get to the trade predictions here?
Absolutely, brother. Let's go.
Potatoes here, man. So let's start with Nelson Cruz, slugger from over there.
Okay.
Where do you think he's going to go? I have him going to St. Louis.
Dude, I don't see. So I was going over your list that you sent me, and it was Cruz. He was on there. I think I misunderstood. I thought it was trade targets for the Yankees.
Oh, just trade deadline predictions.
Trade deadline predictions.
Just give me what you got.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know where Cruz goes. Cruz, I mean, could he go to the? Don't shoot me, because they just got the guy from Pittsburgh. I mean, not the Mets now. I don't think.
Vogelback. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure, bro.
Derek gave us Minnesota.
Minutes for Cruz, Minnesota, back to Minnesota.
I think it was Minnesota. Yeah, it could be a good spot. This is a clutch bat. Somebody who wants to bat, so it could be Minnesota, it could be St. Louis. St. Louis is in the running for Soto.
Yeah. I can't believe Cruz is still going though. He's 41 years old, right?
Yeah. He's not hitting that well with the Nationals. He's slowed down a bit, so team that might use it. Maybe Miami.
Yeah,
they need bats.
Yeah.
So you stew on that a little bit, and if you can think of somebody, let's get to it. How about Wilson Contreras?
Well, so Wilson Contreras, it's funny with him. Recently, the Mets want Robertson, right?
Yeah.
That's so And apparently the Cubs were trying to make them take Contreras in a Robertson move, which it's like, so maybe the Mets. Listen, so how do you feel about this? Would you be opposed? Now, this is me thinking, I'm not really outside the box because it was an idea before. How would you feel, Wilson Contreras, right, if the Yankees were in on him? Now, don't shoot me because we have Trevino, all-star catcher. I understand. But do you think what Trevino has done is sustainable, that he will do it, for the rest of the season and maybe even into next year? Do you think so? What's your opinion on that? Would you be against if the Yankees were in on Contreras? Would you be against that?
Well, to me, Contreras would be a half-season rental, and he might throw the rhythm of the rotation out of whack.
Yeah,
so that's my worry. To me, Trevino's 26. He's not a free agent until 2026. He's got 4 more seasons left of him control. So I'm personally going with him. And then Ben Workvet he's at his AAA level of rehab right now. So in my opinion, now if they got him, they get him. But I think Workvet and Trevino is going to be the platoon starting next year. And I think they'll move Higashioka. You get 2 young guys, and Workvet's got crazy years of team control too. And he's the lefty version of Trevino. He's known for his elite pitch framing and doing all these things that other catchers don't do. He's known for that. And he bats from the left-handed side. And he's like 24 years old. So they're going to get a young duo. I think Higashioka might be 30 or 31. So
Higashioka's older.
Yeah. So is Contreras. He's 30. So
that's
the other thing. So
with Contreras though, you're getting that bat,
True.
a pretty good bat. So
I worry about messing with. I think they're really happy with Trevino. If Trevino was this good, then I would be more okay with getting Contreras.
Yeah.
And that's my
absolutely.
Opinion. What's your take?
Trevino, man, he's been a treat. Like what I mean, if we made that move, I believe the day before opening day, I think it was very close when we made that trade. And we ended up getting back one of the pieces we moved for Trevino. And he's pitching pretty good. I know last night against the Mets, he gave up a run or two, but whatever. He's been okay. And Trevino, all-star catcher, he's been good, man. He's been good. I'm just saying that being that this is essentially, you could say, a breakout year for Trevino, that maybe potentially you're looking for a more, offensive catcher that's still decent defensively. And Trevino's still on the team. Like, we're not moving him or anything. You could DH Contreras, catch Trevino, maybe Trev's plays like four a day, like just like a normal, a normal catcher. But Contreras, you could use that bat, especially since now Stanton, 2 to 3 weeks. We have to maybe be a little creative here on replacing him. And we don't know how many more times Stanton's going to go down. Honestly, it makes me so nervous. And last night, and I'm sorry if I go off topic a little bit, last night, man, Aaron Boone brings in Joey Gallo for Falefa. What are you doing? And you're telling me LaGreca on the K show saying, oh, he won't hurt you in the postseason. Well, you better make sure Gallo's not on the roster, because if he is, Boone will use him like he did last night. It's just out of this world.
On that same subject, you know what's crazy?
Yeah. What's up?
One of the Yankees' biggest problems is hitting with runners in scoring position, right?
Yeah.
That's obvious. It's glaring. There's a Yankee player who's 16th in baseball over Jose Ramirez, Trey Turner in hitting with runners in scoring position, and it's not Aaron Judge.
Oh, who's that?
Kind of Falefa. Number 16 in baseball. Nice. Runners in scoring position. Also the 3rd highest average on the Yankees team. But we hear, hey, that's not walking up. That's not walk. I don't care if he doesn't walk. He's hitting 16th in baseball runners in scoring position. Yeah. He's on a 14-game hitting streak. You don't
the last 22 games he's had over, he has a 303 batting average. His OPS isn't there, but he's hitting over 300. I mean, in the last month. Yeah. So I mean,
his batting average is higher than Juan Soto's. Okay, the guy that everybody likes. He's higher than Juan Soto's. He has the 3rd highest average on the team. Okay.
Soto walks a lot, though.
He does walk a lot. No, believe me, if he comes here, I'm not going to complain.
I get it. No, I know, brother.
So many people want to get rid of IKF, and it's for reasons like this.
I know it's stupid. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Listen, I know I said earlier I want Peraza as their shortstop next season, but it doesn't mean IKF. He doesn't have a spot on this team.
Move him to third base and try to do something with Donaldson.
Be creative to make a spot for Peraza, but don't cut Falefa because he can play anywhere.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to play short, so he can play anywhere.
Well, going back to Contreras, what about his teammates, Ian Happ and David Robertson? Where do you have them going?
Oh man, I mean Robertson, like I said earlier, the Mets were they're really interested in him. Dude, I would love a reunion with Robertson with the Yankees once again. Third stint, I would love that. Ian Happ, I would kind of like him too on the Yankees. I mean, we need it depends. What the heck are we moving? Right?
Yeah, it's not going to be as much for Soto, obviously.
No. Absolutely not. So like if we could get Happ and not trade away Peraza, or like if the Cubs don't get too silly, I might do that. Where do you have him going though?
I've got them both coming to the Yankees, Happ and Robertson, and the reason, and it's because I don't have Soto coming to the Yankees, because the next guy I want to mention, Luis Castillo, I haven't predicted to the Yankees also, and I think the Yankees can get all three for less than it's going to take to get one. Soto, they got their frontline pitcher, they got their outfield, and they have their reliever in 2 trades. 2 trades.
Let me ask you, what are we trading though?
Castillo. I mean,
I love it.
I'm assuming Will Warren and Peraza and then some other pieces. Let's just say Peraza's going, because you're getting Castillo back. Okay. Yeah, I'm not moving him for many people, but Castillo's one of them I will be willing to move him for.
Sure. Okay.
And then for Happ and Robertson, probably looking at Everson Pereira, another outfielder to replace the outfielder that's coming here. I don't know, Estevan Florial, you got one you can plug in the team immediately, and then a prospect that's growing. I mean, a prospect that's developing. And maybe something like a Luis Medina or something like that. A handful of prospects, probably 3 or 4 of them, of a decent of top 20 guys and whatnot. That you can facilitate a trade to get both these guys. Robertson's a free agent at the end of the season anyway.
I know.
He's not going to cost a ton. Happ's the gettable piece. He's not a free agent until next year, in 2024. So that makes a difference. They'll get something back from him. And the switch hitter gives the lineup a lot of versatility, a lot of options. So I have those 3 guys coming to the Yankees: Castillo, Happ, Robertson.
Man, I love it.
That would be a killer deadline.
I love it. I mean, to be completely honest, though, I love Castillo. I would, but I still feel like we could use another starting pitcher.
I want 2. I want 2 starting pitchers.
So maybe that's where Quintana comes in.
Yeah. And if somebody like Quintana comes in, he needs to be the secondary piece, the second starter, not the guy that they bring in and cash and say, we need him to overtake the Astros. He's not the guy to overtake the Astros or the Mets. Okay. Let's be real. Not happening. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
He has to be the guy, because he's like a number 4, maybe. And give me Castillo's 2, and then it's Cole a number 1, and we have a bunch of number 4s.
Yeah. Quintana's a depth piece, That's what he would be treated as. He's a depth piece.
Anybody who can throw consistent innings and just put us in a position to win, I'll take it. So 2 would be phenomenal. So I would love Quintana to the Yankees too.
I'm still rooting for Nestor Cortez to just turn it on again.
I am too. I hope he stays healthy.
Boy. Yeah.
I hope he stays healthy. I just worry about him going way too high in innings and having him just fall apart and just regress.
Exactly.
I don't want fatigue to take him over.
Absolutely.
So I worry about him getting hurt too. So, but moving on, what about like relief pitchers like Detroit Tigers, Michael Fulmer, Andrew Chafin, 2 good relievers. Fulmer was a failed starter. He's a power reliever now. Chafin's a good lefty reliever. Also from the Tigers, also has another year of control. He also has a big mustache, which to me, he's a perfect fit for the Yankees.
That's awesome.
You add him to the Magnum PI brigade for Carpenter. Just imagine 3 or 4 guys walking down the state, just walking down with the mustaches.
That's pretty good.
So I have Chafin to the Yankees, or the Milwaukee Brewers. Fulmer I have going to Houston.
Okay, I mean Fulmer. I remember when he was a Mets prospect, right? And they moved him for Cespedes.
That's right.
It's I was always a fan of him. I always wanted him to work out as a starter, and it stinks that he didn't. And now he's a reliever. He's pitching well, 2.92 ERA. I'm looking at his stuff right now. He's been okay. Chafin, 2.64 ERA. Listen, man, I would love one of these guys on the Yankees, because we're losing King. We need to we can't replace King. That's impossible. He was too valuable and too good. But we need to come close. And in getting a guy like Chafin or Fulmer, it helps. And then imagine we get Robertson too. I mean,
you get a righty and you get a lefty right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about this, but I don't see Britton or Chapman on the postseason roster. I don't see either one of them on the postseason roster. And I just don't. I just don't.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
So who's going to be their postseason relief corps, right? You don't have King. We have Clay Holmes. Right. You got Wandy. We don't know about Miguel Castro. He's coming back. We got John Loizaga. Hopefully he kind of keeps rounding into form. But after that, it's nothing but question marks. We have some long relief guys like JP Sears, Clark Schmidt. I hope that they're part of the fold, but that's why getting a guy like Robertson and Chafin will be, we need two reliable arms in this bullpen. Two reliable arms in this bullpen. I don't want to have a half a heart attack every time I watch the Yankee game.
Can I be honest here, man?
Yeah.
I think the Yankees have a lot of holes right now.
They do.
We're the best team. We're one of the best teams in baseball, and we are one of the most holy teams in baseball.
We are the best 1 through 6 out there. 7 through 9, not so much. If it was a 6-man lineup, we'd be killing it. We won 100 games already.
I know. It's just, but now once there's strength in our bullpen, it's not a strength anymore.
They're decimated. Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry on right on this recording. I'm gonna cry.
That's why these predictions are so important, because we're figuring out ways to reinforce this team, to fortify this team, because we know Houston's gonna make moves. Okay. And they're probably the team that we need to get through if we have a chance to get to the World Series.
Absolutely.
And we saw what the Mets did last night. If we play the Mets in the World Series, are we ready to beat them? I don't think so. So we need players that can neutralize these guys. Bottom line.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when Aaron Boone makes a boneheaded move with bringing in Gallo for Falefa, I mean, no, we can't beat the Mets. But listen, I'm just a little nervous, and I don't mean to be a pessimist. I don't. But at the same time, you have to really break things down and put things into perspective. And that starting rotation in the very beginning of the season was very, very, very good. Now they're not nearly as good. I believe we're 10-11 in July.
Yeah.
My hands are getting sweaty because I'm getting so nervous right now.
What's crazy is we're playing our worst baseball and we're still a 500 team. So it goes to show how good the team can be. But they're right too. We ran into innings limits, which was going to happen. Right. And I've even talked about this in the beginning of the season. Like, we need to more long relief guys, because the Nestor Cortez and Luis Severino were going to run into this roadblock at some point. And whether it be limits or getting hurt or whatnot, Severino's hurt. So what do? Do we have the personnel to support them is the key. So, and this is an area where the Yankees, in my opinion, need to fortify a little bit more. So I'm hoping that they get some starting and relief. I don't care if they get an outfield, to be honest with you. If they want to just load up in pitching, starters and relievers, do it, and just call up one of your kids. Okay, and give them a chance to play.
You have to at least trade or cut Gallo. Like I'm telling
Gallo
you,
has to go. Gallo's got to go.
Like that would be what, addition by subtraction, whatever the kids call it. That would be fantastic. You have Florial, who's hitting 290. Listen, I know he strikes out a lot, but so does Joey Gallo, and he's been on the team all year. At least Florial, he can hit for average. He was at 290 last season. He had a sample size up here, 13 games, 300 batting average. I know the sample size up was small, and this season getting called up for to be the 27th man won't cut it either. He needs some more time. So listen, if we can't get an outfielder, that's fine, but give Florial a chance. Please, he's a left-handed bat. I don't care that he strikes out. So does Gallo. So does even Aaron Judge, Stanton. I don't care. Give Florial a chance. He's almost a 900 OPS. almost a 900 OPS down there in AAA. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, what are we doing here? And we have Gallo. We can't even freaking hit his weight.
exactly. I mean, the way
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. The way I feel is if they're not going to play Florial and play Andujar, then trade him for somebody that you're going to play. No more manipulation of their service time. You have two guys who could be productive here who are not being productive because you're not letting them play here. So what's the deal? Make a decision, right? Bring them up here, replace Gallo, or trade them as part of a package for a Pablo Lopez or a Castillo, whatever. Get somebody of value here.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving forward because it's wasted money. I mean, the Yankees are going to play, unless they trade Gallo and get somebody to absorb their contract, they're paying his contract. Okay. Same goes for Chapman. Same goes for Britton, even if they don't play. They're eating their money. So you might as well fill their roster spots with somebody who's a little bit more productive.
Absolutely.
You're paying them money anyway. It's guaranteed.
The only thing I could think of with Florial too is one of two things: is either the Yankees really don't care for him and they think he's just a AAA player, or they're sitting on him for next season. And
possibly
trying to sit on that service time, trying to not have it go up anymore, just trying to do some baloney stuff. That's the only thing I could think of. Only two things.
He hasn't even hit free arbitration. He hasn't hit free arbitration. Does he have 6 years left? Florial.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So it's maybe they're trying to save his rookie status for next season. I don't know.
Yep. All right. Let's get back to some of these. I got two players from the Oakland A's: Frankie Montas and Sean Murphy, their catcher.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that Oakland is looking to move Murphy. I saw that the other day.
I have him going to Cleveland, and I have Frankie Montas going to Tampa Bay.
Oh, please don't tell me that, because if I mean that now if I don't want to play, then all of a sudden Tampa Bay, if they turn it on, we're gonna get bounced out of the first round if we have to face Tampa Bay in the first round.
That's why we need some pitching.
We're getting bounced out, brother. If Tampa Bay gets Montas, right, and if Houston gets Castillo, which that's been a rumor,
we're in trouble.
Come on.
We're in trouble. That's why I'm a firm believer that the Yankees need to be first right now instead of the best. Be first. Beat people to the punch. Get the guy. Take him away from everybody else. That's what the Astros did to you, Justin Verlander. They swiped him from you twice. Okay.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing with Garrett Cole. Be first here. Get the guy so no one else can get him. Even if you overpay, get the guy.
I mean, I feel like a lot of teams, they're waiting for what happens with Soto, right? So that's probably why talks haven't progressed for Castillo and even Montas, right? If you're the Yankees, so you're just waiting to see what the heck Washington does with Soto. Maybe they accept your trade, maybe they don't. Who the heck knows? But that's the only thing I could think of, because listen, if everybody else is in on Soto, do you know what? How about this? Back up a little bit, go, and if you're not going to give Washington what they want, just forget about it then. Go and get your starters.
Yep.
Go and get a Castillo then.
Yep.
Who cares about Soto at this point? Go and get Castillo. Go and get Happ. Like you said earlier, I loved your scenario. Absolutely freaking loved it. Go get Castillo. Go get Robertson. Go get Happ. Call it a day. You know, but it's just, I feel like we're just all waiting on Soto at this point.
Well, let me pitch this to you. On the Yankees, I want everybody thinking about Soto. I want everybody worrying what the Yankees are doing. And while everybody's obsessing about Soto, I'm sneaking out. I'm going to go get either Frankie Montas or Castillo, right, from one of these teams. And then I'm going to pivot to Brian Reynolds and David Bednar from the Pirates. Because the Yankees, as of last night, are still talking to Pirates about Brian Reynolds. As of last night. They're in relatively solid discussions. So you could still get both of them for less than it would cost to get Soto. And Reynolds has an additional year of control over Soto.
I think Reynolds is like 4 more. Yeah, it's like
he's not a free agent until 2026.
I know.
He just turned 27. Right? He's a perfect guy. And David Bednar is not a free agent until 2027.
See, with the only problem, Reynolds, he started off slow. Then started to heat up. That was fantastic. That's great. But he got hurt, right? He's on the IL right now.
An oblique strain.
So will that be a lingering issue throughout the season, like the rest of the year?
Not oblique's not usually a lingering thing.
I hope
if it
not.
was something else, if it was groin, I would be worried.
Yeah.
Not
Achilles,
yeah, those types of things. Yeah, I'm not really worried. He's the guy to me.
So yeah, dude, I love him on the Yankees, dude. Absolutely. If we get Quintana, him, and Bednar in a trade.
Yep.
One in the one trade. Maybe that's how Quintana's name came up.
Could be.
Don't know.
I have no idea.
We don't know. So
Cashman never tells you what's going on ever. So
see, if Cashman leaves at the end of the year, I know people are a little soured on him, which I don't know why, because he fielded one of the best teams in baseball this season.
Yeah.
But if we lose him, I'm gonna be nervous. He got Rizzo last season out of nowhere. Rizzo was supposed to go to Boston last year, and he ended up with the Yankees.
He got us Clay Holmes. He got us Jose Trevino.
Yep.
Michael King from Florida.
Dude, absolutely. Michael King from Florida. Who did we trade to the Marlins?
I think we traded Garrett Cooper, who's now with the Marlins. To get Michael King.
Dude, that's wild. He knows how to turn the freaking, my God, crap into freaking gold. I said it to Derek the other day. He's a small dude, but this guy hits like Mike Tyson, Cashman. Yeah. And you're wondering, like, dude, I just got my ass kicked by Brian Cashman. He's like Rudy. He's like 5 nothing, 100 nothing. And he beat the crap out of me. Yeah,
right?
He's so damn smart, bro. That's good. He's so good at his job. If the Yankees don't, his contract is up at the end of the year.
Yep.
He's not signed.
No.
So what does that mean?
There's some other folks that keep saying go get the Tampa Bay GM of that. They're not going to move. They're not.
I don't want to get anybody. I want cash.
Yeah, same here.
He's arguably the best guy in the major leagues. Best GM. Yeah. Listen. If you think about it, I always go back to the 2013 Yankees. We had Lyle Overbay at first base.
Yeah.
Right. And we were still above 500. A-Rod was hurt. Teixeira was hurt. Cano, I think, was like the only one that we had worth his salt, and everybody else stunk. Yeah. You know, and we still had an above 500 team, which we had, we shouldn't have been, and we were.
Yeah.
So Cashman is very good at his job, regardless of what people say about him. He's very good, and it would stink if we lose him, and I would be nervous if we do.
As would I. I mean, well, let's see what we can get. I want to see what kind of magic he works. I got a couple more for you. Daniel Bard, reliever from the Rockies. He used to be the Red Sox super arm. He's a huge arm. Throws 100 plus. He's now the Rockies closer. He seems to be on the market, and I think he would cost less than a lot of other relievers would. Where do you have him predicted?
That Daniel Bard, really quick. He's 37. Hell of a story. 1.91 ERA. He didn't pitch in the major leagues for 7 seasons. And this guy's having a fantastic year. Fantastic. I mean, Yankees, Mets, those are good spots for him. It's just if you're the Yankees now, I know I keep going back to the Yankees, but if these are great targets for them, Daniel Bard, he would just be another added piece to that bullpen that we freaking need, because it's the bullpen's a little weak right now. Yeah. And and Bard is just having an outrageous season. 21 saves. Are you kidding me? 1.92 ERA. I mean, go get him. See what you could do. Go get him. If I'm the Yankees, you can't let him go to Tampa Bay. You can't. Tampa Bay scares the heck out of me. You can't just what they do, how the moves they make, the swindling. I don't trust them. No, so you can't let him go to Houston either.
My gut is telling me that Uncle Steve is going to hijack him and take him up to the Mets to pair him up with Edwin Diaz. That would be a disgusting 8-9 inning combo. Absolutely filthy.
If Cohen could get Robertson and Bard, holy crap! The game's over in the 6th inning.
Yeah, I know. I know.
The game's over in the 6th inning, bro.
Tough, man.
That is nuts.
How about Andrew Benetendi?
The issue, see, as far as the Bronx Bombers go, the issue with it is he's not vaccinated. So what if we're playing Toronto in the first round, right? And we can't use him in Toronto. And if the series is split, well, 1-1, that means we can't play him in the next 2 games over in Toronto in the ALDS. Like what is that? Like, no, he needs to play. Yeah. So that's the only problem. I would love to have him, absolutely love it, but the issue is he doesn't have the.
Well, and that's the thing too, and it creates a couple other problems too. I brought this up yesterday in my live stream. Is if you're not vaccinated, obviously you're prone to spreading it to your teammates, but your quarantine period is twice as long, so you miss twice the amount of games. Yeah. Vaccinated players, their quarantine period is 5 days. Unvaccinated is 10 minimum. So it's missing a lot more time as well. So that to me creates just layers of problems. So unfortunately, I would pass on him. I haven't predicted to go to the San Diego Padres.
Let him. I think it would be a good spot, even for the Mets. Right? You know, I think that they don't have to play Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
I think
unless they play them in the World Series.
Yeah, like anywhere really, but the AL East for him.
Yeah.
God bless. Take care, bro. Do your thing. But you made a phenomenal point though, man. If he gets sick, then he's out for double the amount of time than someone who's vaccinated. So it's like you can't. That's a liability.
Yeah.
God forbid if he got sick, what happens then?
It's tough.
You know, that's the thing. So does that lower his trade value? Even I don't know.
It might lower his free agent value too. But again, this is his choice to do it. So I get it.
110%. I'm just talking about it from, a business perspective.
Sure.
Are you going to invest in an asset that you can't use?
Yeah,
absolutely not. I'm not going to go buy a Bentley and not drive it. I'm not going to buy a Lamborghini and not drive it. You know, I'm gonna want to drive. I'm spending a house and a home, and I want it.
You got that right.
But yeah.
All right. Speaking of Bentleys, I got 2 more for you. Joey Gallo.
Joey, he could be serving pizzas over at a pizzeria near me. I don't, no. All seriousness. Listen, he struggled ever since he's gotten here, right? And he's just been bad. And I wish him nothing but the best, just like with anybody. I don't want anyone to lose their job, right? No, I don't care how much money you're making. I don't want you to lose your job. It's just not nice, right? To wish that upon somebody. So I hope the Yankees could find a home for him. And even if they DFA him, he will find a home. Someone will sign him. And I think teams are waiting for that even. So if he could go to San Diego, go back to Texas, try to do a little something there, I hope he can. It's just he can't do it here. Do it here.
It's no longer a fit.
He can't do it here.
Yeah, it's no longer a fit. Yeah, I had originally had him penned to San Diego, but then I said Benetendi would probably be a better fit for them. So I haven't gone to Texas or the Angels. So the Angels, I think they need to make a decision on what to do. I don't see them trading Ohtani. I don't see any of that happening. As much as the speculation, they're not moving the guy. He brings like $1 gazillion in revenue to the franchise.
Yeah. How much longer is he there, Ohtani?
He's got next year. He's a free agent at the end of 2023. And he'll only be like 27 years old. So yeah, if he gets moved, and let's just say the Angels keep stinking, it makes sense for them to wait to the next trade deadline to trade him for a haul.
Mm-hmm. See, like I'm thinking what the Angels are thinking. They're just saying, hey, what can we get? Everybody's in on Soto. Sure. Let's see if we could get a piece of that pie. We have, a commodity of our own, so let's go and see what we could get. So that's what I think they're doing. And if they're blown away, they'll move them. But I don't think they're going to move him either. Yeah. I mean, listen, he didn't sign here, but imagine if the Yankees somehow got him. It solves our pitching problem and our offense.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's so funny.
So true. So true. Yeah, you move him to next year, then he becomes next year's Juan Soto. He becomes the Maybach that everybody wants. Right? He's not, because he'll be second fiddle to Soto this year. He would be. We wouldn't be. Yeah. Wouldn't be that far, but like people that get Soto, like you'd have a better idea of which teams are available, which teams were willing to fork up that much for Soto that you can go take advantage of them next year. Well, we got Ohtani. You still want to spend that money?
Absolutely, but you also have
Yeah.
to keep in mind too, with Ohtani, he'll be a free agent after next season. So it's like, will he command as much? Will you trade away the farm for a rental player that you'll have for 2 to 3 months? That's the only thing with Ohtani. Like, just that's with anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you could get me Babe Ruth, right? Like, if you know, if I only have him for 2 to 3 months, I'm not mortgaging my future on him.
No, exactly. I don't think the only team's going to be willing to overpay is a team that thinks, okay, this is the guy that's going to win us the World Series this year. Right? If it's the whatever it is, Padres or I could see that team overpaying. Like, people are, to me, forking over the future because Juan Soto is going to be the future, a decade one building block. So I get that logic. It's different. So to me, next year, Ohtani could be the one guy that could put the team over the top, and the team would be willing to fork. But I don't think the ransom will be as high anyway. He's 4 years older than Soto, and he's got less team control.
Absolutely.
And speaking of Juan Soto, where do you have him going? That's our last guy prediction.
Juan Soto. So really, listen, he would be in not the Yankees. That's just unrealistic. I just can't imagine it. I really can't. Obviously not the Mets. Maybe San Diego, maybe St. Louis, like people have been saying. Even the Dodgers, you know, maybe them. But the thing is with the Dodgers, like I don't know if we said it prior to the phone call or if we said it in this podcast, but I know the Dodgers, I don't know if they would want to move, you know, a bunch of prospects for another outfielder. I'm not sure if they would want to do that. And I know, like you said, when they got Mookie Betts, they moved like young major leaguers for him. Like, I get it, but I'm not sure if the Dodgers will do it, but I wouldn't be shocked. I think he has as good of a chance to go to the Dodgers as the Yankees personally. So, but you know, maybe honestly, bro, he may not go anywhere. He may just stay pat and stay in Washington until the offseason and see what happens there.
If they don't get what they want, they don't get what they want.
Absolutely.
Even my prediction with a twist. I predict him going to the Dodgers. But if he doesn't go to the Dodgers, they're going to sign Aaron Judge in the offseason.
So
that's a twist I hate, but it's a twist. I don't like it. If the Dodgers don't trade for Soto, they will sign Judge in the offseason. They'll outbid the Yanks.
Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking this. If Aaron Judge stays with the Nationals, not Aaron Judge, Juan Soto stays with the Nationals into the offseason, and if the Yankees lose Aaron Judge, I think right then and there, they might empty the farm for Juan Soto this offseason.
Could happen. It could happen.
I'm just assuming it probably won't happen. It's probably not going to happen, but it could. I just want Judgy, man.
Yeah,
I just want Judgy. I want my Aaron Judge in pinstripes for the next 6-7 years.
I hope he stays here too, but if he doesn't, they better do enough this deadline to justify letting that dude walk.
Absolutely, dude, 100%. Well said.
So, otherwise, they're going to get pounded, and they're going to deserve to be pounded by fans if they let him walk and don't do enough this offseason.
Well said. Yep.
Well said. And before we go, if you could think of one blockbuster trade that'll throw the baseball world upside down for this deadline, what would it be? I got a doozy for you. I want to see if you can come.
All right, I want to hear yours first, and then I'm conjuring it up in my mind. I want to hear yours first. I want to see
Juan Soto to the Red Sox for Devers and Bogarts.
Only issue. I only have one issue with that. How long does Devers have?
He's a free agent after next year.
I don't think Washington does it.
Could be.
Because
if they're willing to spend that much for Soto, they can get Devers and Bogarts for less than Soto.
So what you're saying is, instead of,
like, they've already offered Soto 400.
So put that money towards Bogarts and Devers.
Yeah. And you could still,
if they could do that, that'd be
good.
Fantastic.
You're still going to have to back up the Mack truck for Devers. And believe me, I hope Devers becomes a free agent because he would be a perfect guy to replace Donaldson.
Oh, on.
So,
I gotta go.
Believe me, I'm salivating. Okay, I'm drooling over.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, they're not going to get They want serious firepower. You have it with Devers, and Devers is 25. He's young,
dude. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna. Are you done?
I'm done. Give me yours.
Okay. All right. This is just an outlandish, wild, just crazy scenario. I'm conjuring it up right now, but a 3-way deal. It's got to be a 3-team, 4-team, maybe. Yeah, probably 4-team, 3-team deal where the Yankees somehow, some way acquire Luis Castillo and Mr. Juan Soto himself. Now, the top 10 prospects for the Yankees are gone. Everybody's gone. The top 10 prospects, everybody's gone. We're going to have a new top 10, guys. A brand new top 10 after that. But we would have Juan Soto and Luis Castillo. But seriously, though, there are people who want Cashman to do that and who believe that it's possible. I mean, I made a video on that, actually. There are people who believe it. I personally do not. I think it's absolutely silly. But, dude, imagine if that were to happen somehow, some way. But I don't, because if you're going to have to move, and I think, personally, if you could somehow not move Peraza for Soto, it's possible. But if you're moving Peraza, Volpe, and Dominguez along with a few others for Soto, then what do you have for Castillo? You want to move Sweeney, your first round pick last season? You really want to move him? Do you want to move all of that? I don't know.
Let me to your point. My take on it. The only way I could see them getting both and somehow keeping 1 or 2 of their top 3 prospects is if they trade Judge, and the stuff that they get from him can be used towards those trades. He's the only guy in this team that can get a haul. Now, that would be an unpopular move, but think about it that way. The massive haul you get from Judge can replace some of the pieces you got to give up for Castillo and Soto. You might be able to keep a Dominguez, you might be able to keep a Volpe, but you got to move Judge. Are they willing to do that? That's probably the ballsiest thing I've ever seen. That would be the blockbuster of the century.
The guy, he's literally chasing Maris's record. We're going to trade you. He's literally chasing Roger Maris. We're moving you, Judge. Adios, because we need Juan Soto.
Yeah, because I mean that would be insane. It would be the most unpopular thing ever. But I think the only guy that I think that could bring in more revenue and jerseys than Judge would be Juan Soto as a Yankee. So I get that. But like this, I can't see it any other way possible, because you're right. Top 10, gone. Bye-bye. Deuces. Nice knowing you guys. Right?
Yeah. Adios, amigos. Yeah. Peace. Everybody's gone.
Just a Volpe, we need your Somerset jersey. You're being traded to the Toledo Mudhounds, okay? Sorry, but that's what's happening, okay?
That's good stuff. Yeah.
But that's the only way I could see something like that happen. And again, that would be completely insane. Completely insane.
I know, absolutely.
But dude, I gotta thank you for coming on. This was a lot of fun. Okay, folks, if you haven't checked out Joey's channel, it's a shift. Go take a look at it. And please support it by subscribing to the channel. He is this close to 4,000 subscribers. And we're working.
I actually hit it.
Did he get past it?
I hit it for last night. I hit it. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I hit it. I know.
So guess what? We're on the march to 5,000 now.
Yeah.
So please support Joey's channel by let's help him get up to 5,000. You want to hear great Yankee content? This is a great place for it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on, brother. It was a pleasure. And let's do it again, man. We'll have to recap after the deadline to see what the hell happened for everybody.
Dude, absolutely, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And also, congratulations on 13,000.
Thank you. I don't know how I got there.
Consistent content and people love you. That's how. So
same thing to you guys. Same thing to you, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
it. Peace out, man. It's good talking to you.
Man. Yep.
Thanks, man.